Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name's Connor and I'm a glassblower from Florida. I don't know if you guys can tell right now, but we're actually in the middle of like a snowstorm. It's like the first time this has happened in like almost 30 years. It's kind of crazy. So I'm trapped in my house right now. But anyways, usually on the channel we do a lot of glassblowing videos where we talk about making art out of glass and just how the whole process works of glassblowing. But today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit because I have just a little bit of like a different video, kind of like a story to tell you guys. This is how I lost nearly 1 million followers in less than a week. If you watch a lot of our regular content on the channel, you probably noticed that about 5 days ago, the channel was taken off of YouTube completely. And that is because on Wednesday, January 15th, the channel was actually hijacked by scammers, and we lost basically everything. And so that, combined with the banning of TikTok, as short-lived as it was, we lost about 300,000 subscribers on here, and I lost about 500,000 subscribers on TikTok, which left us with, across all platforms, basically about 7,000 followers, which is what we have on Instagram. So it was pretty devastating. At the time, I had no idea what to do. It just completely shattered everything that I had going on in my life at the moment. But let me start from the beginning. I just kind of want to go through all the steps and tell you guys exactly what happened. So through my email address, we receive a lot of different emails about sponsorships and brand deals and stuff like that. A lot of them are spam, but some of them are legit. And unfortunately, what happened was I fell victim to one of these phishing schemes. I was contacted by somebody who was posing to be from the company Razer. They cooked up a very professional looking email and sent it over to me, and they wanted to send me a laptop or some of their other products that they make, and they wanted to pay me on top of it to do a review for them. I'm relatively new to the YouTube space. We started posting on this channel in December of 2023. So over the last year, just a little bit more, we ended up getting around 322,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane to me. And I'm still getting used to the workload of everything, scanning the emails, working with brands, making the videos, as well as like a bunch of other stuff. It's all kind of happening pretty quickly. And the channel gets lots of attention, so we get these emails quite frequently, and it's a lot to kind of sort through for me to do alone. And as embarrassing as all of this is for me, I really wanted to be honest with you guys and tell you exactly what happened so that if you come across an email like this, or if you have a similar experience in the future, that you don't make the same mistakes I did, because it really, really messed me up. Looking back, which I've done a lot over the last few days, there were a lot of things that I ignored because I was so excited about doing the brand deal. I should have paid more attention to what was going on. I was nearsighted. One of the first red flags that I saw was that they contacted me through an email that ended in op.pl, which was very fishy to me. But anyways, I responded, which was probably another mistake, but I just wanted to hear them out. I thought, maybe it's someone, I don't know, maybe they did it from an encrypted email or something. It really wasn't the best decision, but I at least wanted to hear them out. So when they got back to me, they sent me a very professional looking email. It looked absolutely legit to me. It had a bunch of YouTube links. It had lots of stuff that you would basically see on a professional email. Some of the other sponsorships I've gotten in the past, it looked a lot like those. And it was from an email that said Razer@promotions-razer.com, or maybe it was Razer-promotions.com. Usually my rule of thumb with my basic internet knowledge was that, you don't want to respond to @Gmail accounts if they're saying they were the brand, because they could be from anyone. So like anything that says like @Google or @YouTube, it's official. So I saw @Razer-promotions and I thought that it was legit, and I was very wrong. So anyways, in this email they sent me, there was like a brand kit where it said like inside this, you want to download this, and inside it's going to have your contract. It's going to say all the stuff we require. It's just all of the parameters of what they were looking for with the sponsorship. So after I saw the email, my guard was down. I thought, hey, this is legit. This is fine. So I downloaded it and I opened it up. Now, another big red flag is that they said that it was a password protected file and it needed to be unzipped, which that's something you never want to do. After I did a little bit of research on exactly how these phishing schemes work and stuff, you never want to do that. This type of thing, this like PDF file could have been shared over a Google Doc. It could have been done a bunch of different ways. They didn't need to send it to me in a file that needed to be unzipped with a password. That was a massive red flag. But anyways, I downloaded it, I unzipped it, I typed in the password, and then boom, all of my Chrome browsers closed out at the same time. I thought, well, that's strange. What a coincidence. All my stuff closed right when I opened up this thing, and then I instantly started getting all of these login attempts from Berlin. And when I say all these login attempts, I mean it was trying every 2 seconds to get into my account, and I denied every single one of them through my 2-factor authentication, but they got through anyways. There was nothing I could do. Apparently what happens in these situations is they recreate your SIM card. So they intercepted the text or the email that was basically coming into my phone. They hit yes, accept, and then they were in. And one of the reasons I know it was a bot was because once they were in, they changed my password, they changed my backup backup email, they changed the phone number reference to my account, and they put a passcode on top of it, all within the same minute. Looking back on my backup email, all of these things got changed within the same minute. It's not humanly possible for that to happen, so it had to have been a bot. So once I tried to log in again and I realized I couldn't, I really started to panic. I never thought that they would be able to get past my two-factor authentication. In my mind, that was the final security measure that I needed. It was all I needed. How could they possibly get past this? I have to accept any new IPs that try to log into my account. And by the way, all this happened at about 7 a.m. I got up, made my coffee, sat down at my computer, and then instantly opened it up, and it just completely ruined everything. So once they had my account, they started doing a live stream, and it was of the recent SpaceX rocket, like Rocket 7, I think is what it's called. And they started running these live streams trying to get people to buy into a cryptocurrency that was going to be associated with the rocket. And they also used view bots to make it seem like there were 75,000 people in there at a time, just to build up authenticity so that people say, hey, there's 75,000 people in here. What's going on? And then they say, oh, this must be legit. And hopefully nobody fell prey to the scam. I feel terrible that it happened on my account, but there was nothing I could do. I was already locked out. Once they started doing this, obviously it violates community guidelines for YouTube. So YouTube saw this, and then they immediately took down my account. It was off of YouTube, completely deleted. So while this is all going on, I had no idea what to do. So I started looking around and trying to figure out, who do I contact? Who do I call? What do I do? And Google, YouTube, they make it very difficult to talk to people. I don't think they have any live responders. There's no one to talk to. There's no one to call. None of that. So eventually I realized, through looking things up online and looking at other YouTube videos, that I needed to go on Twitter and I needed to contact Team YouTube and just ping them, at them, and then they'll get back to you quickly, because humans run the account. So they got back to me pretty quickly, right after about 20 minutes after I tagged them. So then they ended up sending me a questionnaire that I needed to fill out about information about my account, Google AdSense ID, my channel ID, different stuff like that. And unfortunately, this was a little bit of trouble for me, especially at the moment. I didn't know what to do because I didn't have a lot of this stuff written down. I never thought I'd fall for a phishing scheme. Looking back, it was so obvious what was going on. And so I never took the precautions that I needed to, because I never thought this would happen to me. And obviously I had a lot of evidence, the main one being that I'm in all of the YouTube videos and they're all me. But in retrospect, I should have written down these codes. I should have kept more evidence that was readily available. I had to dig around and really try to find some of this stuff, because I didn't even know where to start looking. I started scrolling through my phone, started looking through all these stacks of little documents I have over here, just trying to find anything that I could send to them that would make sense, that would prove that I own the channel. So then anyways, after a few days, like a day or two of waiting, I was contacted by YouTube internal teams, and they started to ask me questions about what I knew and what happened, and trying to recover my account. One of the things that you'll see when you start to look for people's experiences and things like that is that YouTube dragged their feet a little bit. Google, they have lots of things to take care of, which is understandable. They're such a massive company, but it takes some time for them to get to you, which was very difficult for me. It really caused me to have some panic attacks. I didn't know what to do. It was tough for me to just sit around. On Christmas, I quit my job, my full-time job, and I'm someone who's collected paychecks their entire life. So my YouTube channel got to a certain point where I felt confident enough to quit my job and to go full-time content creation, as well as selling art. Obviously that's what I'd really like to do. You got to sell art to be an artist, right? But with my account gone, I don't have that AdSense revenue to rely on. I don't have, much of the networking that I had. I have other kind of brand sponsorships that are coming up that I was trying to plan for, that, were all gone to the wind. Like that's, might as well never existed. But what really got me was that this one small decision jeopardized my livelihood. It put me, and potentially my loved ones at risk. Looking back, I should have erred on the side of caution. I didn't realize how much I was risking by even responding to the email in the first place. And over the last year, this channel has turned into my life. It's tough for me to go a day without thinking of it. I'm constantly on here. I'm thinking of what to do, how to improve it, and it's exciting. I love it. But to get back to the story, the YouTube internal team really helps me sort everything out. They got back to me. I basically got one response every 2 days, which was really stressful for me, but we got through it. And now today, 5 days after the incident, my YouTube page is back up and we're back to normal. Well, almost normal. And since TikTok didn't get banned, I keep my 500,000 followers over there. So we're back up to our normal number, which is very close to 1 million. I'm really proud of that number. And now the big problem is that my algorithm on here was basically destroyed. I had lots of videos that were on the upward swing and continued to do that, and now they're just basically dead in the water. So now it's time to rebuild, which is kind of exciting in a way. I love YouTube. I've been watching YouTube since I was a kid, probably like a lot of you, and I love making content. It really drives me. I really, really like it a lot. And that being said, one thing that I really wanted to ask from you guys today is please like this video, comment below, share it with someone who you think might get some information out of it, and check out some of our other videos. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. And one more thing too. I would not have made it through this situation if I didn't get help from other people. My fiance, my family, and a lot of people across different social media websites like Reddit and Facebook and Instagram, and YouTube too, they all help me out more than I can even explain. Once I posted online about what happened, I had a lot of people reach out to me about stories that they've gone through, and some of the same problems that I was dealing with at the time. I personally have a really hard time asking for help. I like to do things alone, and that's a problem in my life. I need to get better at asking for help. So I really want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that helped me in my time of need. I owe you guys a massive debt that I probably will never be able to repay. But that being said, that's my story, and that's how I lost almost 1 million followers in the course of about 5 days, less than a week. But like I said before, subscribe to the channel, check out the rest of our videos. We've got lots of cool content on here you might like if you've never seen glass blowing before, if you know a little bit about glass and you want to check out more. And make sure to leave a comment below with like a similar story or, anything you want to say. I really appreciate it. I love talking to you guys. But that's it for me today. Take care of yourselves, stay safe out there, and don't do stupid stuff like I did. So until next time, I'll see y'all later.